Yeah, I was just reading from the embodiment conference, I think it was, someone posted like what I do, what I do during the day to stay sane. And it was partly in jest, but based on truth. So it was like, okay, wake up, drink lemon water, do meditation, do guided meditation, take the dog for a mindful walk in the forest, and or do some earthing, and come home and eat, make smoothie and prepare elaborate breakfast. I'm making some of this up, but it's, and
Yeah.
then listen to John Kabat-Zinn, and then work mindfully, and then take a walking meeting, and then do the Wim Hof breathing and take a cold shower, and like the whole day is like hyper scheduled with so many shoulds. And they were actually even wondering, what should I let go? Is this too much? And I think it is. And as people very astutely started to comment, and I didn't because I was rushing to come to class. Excuse me. And choking on my words, which is probably a good thing. Sometimes my initial impulse is to be a little bit scathing, is, whatever happened to time for, lying on the bed and eating chocolates and not feeling guilty about it, or, taking a day off and not doing anything, and or calling your parents and having a conversation, and letting that be your mindfulness practice. And all these things are practice also. And those of you who follow me on social media, may have noticed I've started to talk about some of these things a little bit more publicly. And I posted a picture, a really gorgeous picture. It was like professional, one of my first professional photo shoots I did, in a pretty elaborate arm balance. That's actually not as hard as it looks, but and like, being with your beloved in hospice, that's advanced practice, or keeping the heart open and the spirit calm when everything around you is crumbling, and everything you held to be true and real turned out to be an illusion, or losing your spouse or job or child. This is advanced practice, to keep the heart open then, and the mind calm, and then jumping into this elaborate arm balance out of a handstand, not so much. Those tricks are for kids. So yeah, I didn't get a lot. It wasn't my most popular post ever. It's like, oh, okay, back to posting kitties, innocuous kitty posts. Not.
No, I liked it. I saw it and I liked it.
Yeah. Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah. It's a little bit of encouragement, definitely appreciated, as I, sort of test the waters and, sort out. I've got, let's just sort out. Yeah. So that's practice. And also doing nothing is practice, and being kind and listening and changing tack, in the I think that's the sailing term, when you say set sail and the wind changes, and then you need to be quick, and you need to adjust the sails so that you don't get flipped over. And so, this kind of listening and adaptivity is also important. So I was kind of thinking for practice today, it could be our do nothing day. Or not do nothing. Okay, nothing, it's just like, we're like, we like it. Some of you are like, yeah. But that this whole thing, because oftentimes, all our proclivities and tendencies are absolutely radiantly and profoundly apparent in our approach to our physical exercises or physical practice. And I think it's really important to drop the agenda once in a while, including my agenda as a teacher, and to give myself or the class permission to do less. Like, we don't have to do sun salutations every time. We don't have to do core strengthening every time, etc., etc. We don't have to do anything except tune in and notice. As one of my absolute favorite teachers says, yoga begins with listening. And not listening to whoever is assigned to the front of the room, which would be me, in case anyone was wondering, still me. But actually beginning to heed very close attention to, the more subtle things that tend to get suppressed or even annihilated in our various addictive behaviors, and in the sweep and swoop of the daily rushing about to get stuff done, and just getting caught up in our schedules and patterns and not slowing down enough or at all to just allow the sheer beingness of being to unravel. And that's a really hard, like I got chills. Okay, it's probably a bit chilly, but it's so important, to just be. And the word I don't want to use the word just be, because to use it is to diminish how difficult it is and how advanced of a practice that is to simply be. Again, it's not simple. It's very profound, and it's very challenging for most of us. Most of us do really well with the to-do lists and the structure and the perfect attaining and the getting shit done, and then, oh my God, what do you do with unstructured time? It was one of the lessons, I think, from the quarantine. For those of you who weren't busy, like some of us were, doing crazy 30-day challenges, for me, I was busier than I'd been in years, as you know. So yeah, that's